Yeller. Don't mind the fact that I messed up my wrist. Don't worry, it's not broken or nothing. I just hit my door like an idiot. Uh, we aren't going to talk about that. Okay? Fix it real quick. Here we go. What's up? You can see what we're back to. It's, oh, sorry. Me back with Echo. I know I'm very out of it right now. I just got done dealing with anger again. I should be fine for the most part. Off that topic, because I'm trying to keep this more positive. What I did notice, in fact, was with these, which are Chase stuff. I just realized he doesn't have his goatee, or is it called a goatee? I think it's a goatee. In this little art thing, he doesn't have his goatee, so I think this is date, runaway, lights, phone, party, metaphor, trip. Oh, so these are... I get it. They're little bits of the story. Phone. I believe I know what that is. That's the moment that Leo broke Chase's phone. The prank gone wrong. Got this. God damn, that was loud. Jesus. Why is that so loud? That one sound effect is loud as hell. Anyways, I'm not gonna do too much for an intro. I think, in fact, that this will be it for the intro. Let me... There you go. So, let's just load a game. And hit this. Can I... Ah, my god. I never knew on computer that there was a button you press to hide the boxes so you can get like a picture for like a thumbnail. Who calls some Yeehaw Lake? Damn. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Let's get right into it. Yeehaw River, I said lake, feeds Emma Lake from the north. It's further drive than the lake itself, but it does have a few nice clearings along its edge. One of them has a few benches and rusted to hell public grill that I'm sure no one's used in decades. This is the place that we go. As we're unloading Leo's van, I decide to get the B-roll of the lake right away. It won't have much of a presence in the packet, so I think I'm just gonna narrate over it later. The actual lake is only a few minutes walk from here. It's a bit difficult navigating around the sagebrush, and I know I'm gonna have to check for ticks later. By the time I reach the lake, my friends are pretty far behind me, hidden behind a few bends and hills. I'm getting uncomfortable with the idea of me holding this camera while I navigate this terrain. It probably would have been better if Leo had just parked the car next to the reservoir while I got out to film, but I guess even that still wasn't okay. There's a large square of paved ground next to the parking lot now. Several benches and rows of brand new grills. Several lamps have been erected around the area too. Leo was right about the town trying to turn the reservoir into a recreational spot. I can actually see a few jet boats skimming through the water, leaving long trails of white behind them. There's even what looks like a feline of some sort fishing in the shallows. It would explain why the motel is still in business. Lake Emma is fairly small, only about 12 miles long and 5 wide. I look around before climbing to the top of a nearby hill and get my shots. Even with a few people here, it's still pretty quiet aside from the train horns, and it's kind of eerie. I wrap up and start to quickly make my way back. It's hard to explain why I'm getting freaked out in broad daylight with people around. Sorry, I'm itching my eyes. Either it's because of what happened all those years ago, or I'm just psyching myself out. I'm glad to hear my friends' voices again as I get closer. Then again, it sounds like they're fighting. Been acting like a dick all day. Be glad I came here at all. Apparently, it would have been better if you hadn't. Maybe I should just fucking leave then. Of course, Flynn is always the problematic one. Sounds a lot more serious than our usual squabbles, so I quicken my pace. They seem to quiet down a bit once they see me coming. What the fuck? What the fuck is... That's not good. I can't hit my save and load, so can I just hit the backlog? Oh no. Oh no. What is happening right here? What kind of... What? Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh, great. Something happened. Now I can't. Oh, now I can. I don't know what I was able to do, but that little block is gone now. I can actually click again. Yay. Okay. TJ's off to the side, looking out over the river, occasionally throwing a rock into it. Carl sits in a lawn chair, one of 6 that have been set out in a semicircle. He has his chin on a fist as he lazily stares at me. Whoop, sorry. Jen and Leah stand next to each other, looking at Flynn, who's got his back turned, rummaging through the cooler. Hey, what's wrong? Leo sighs. Nothing. You get your film? Yeah, got it. The silence is still awkward, and I have no idea what the hell to do with myself. I finally realize that I'm still holding the camera and decide to put that away. Hey, I'm gonna go for a quick swim. I haven't been in water in a while. When we first got here, I was completely disappointed to find that the motel didn't have its own swimming pool. Being an otter, I usually like to swim at least once a day, if not more. It's been 3 days, and I'm feeling antsy as hell for it. Flynn finally turns around, a beer in his hand, as he cracks it open. It was true that he'd been acting a bit strange today. He'd held the entire trip up by a few hours, and when he'd finally shown up, his eyes were bleary and he seemed sluggish, like he'd been up all night. When we'd asked if he'd been when we'd asked if he was all right, he brushed us off. Yeah, thanks for help. Thanks for the help setting up, Chase. You're about as useful as this fat ass here. He swings the paw holding the beer at Carl. Flynn. So enjoy the swim while I set everything out. Yeah, I will. Maybe I sort of a diet while you're at it. I've had it with Flynn. He's souring the trip. I'm slouching. I don't care. As long as I'm still on camera. He's souring the trip with his need to be an asshole. Go fuck yourself. I ignore him as I strip off my shirt and head to the riverbank. I pat TJ on the shoulder as I pass him before slipping into the water. We're currently in the middle of a drought that's lasted the past 3 years, so the water is low, only about 10 feet at its deepest. It's enough though, and God, it feels good. And God, it feels good. It's spring, so the water is pretty cold. I swim back and forth a few times before finally diving in. Whoa. Neat. I like that CG. It's awesome. Eventually I settle on drifting into the bottom, laying and gripping onto the rocky floor as I stare up at the shimmery light above me. I feel the gentle current run over my body. Fucking what? I'm confused as to what the hell happened there. It's nice to be away from all that tension above me. I feel so isolated, alone, and for now, that feels good. Only I could really come down this deep. The others not being able to hold their breath as long, or being too little. I remember when we were younger, I would give the others rides around the lake, able to swim for nearly half a mile and back. Even Flynn the asshole, had done it a few times. It was one skill that I had that I was proud of, even if it was inherent in my species. It still made me somehow useful, or at least different from everyone else. in a good way. It always felt like the odd one out in the group, as strange as it sounds. Where everyone else has a strong, distinct personality, I was just average. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Oh, that's awful. Sometimes I wonder if they were just friends with me because we all had to be when we were younger. This whole trip has kind of forced me to think back on all the memories I have of this place and my friends. They were always doing cool things, being different, while I just sort of blended into the background. Even then, I wanted to do something, to stand out somehow. That's what I'm trying to do here, I guess. It's been about 7 minutes, and I only know that because it's about as long as I can hold my breath. I decide I should go back up and help out, so I slowly let myself float back up towards the surface, trying to stay in the same spot. When I surface, it's pretty quiet. For a second, I wonder if everyone is just gone. Of course, that's ridiculous, and as I come over the embankment, everyone is there. Predictably, Flynn didn't get my food out, so I go to the cooler and grab a sandwich and soda before sitting in an empty chair next to Leo. Apparently it was a good idea to bring lawn chairs, considering the tables looked like they were covered in a year's worth of bird shit. I don't need. Oh, it was a swim. His tone is bitter and salty. He's not in his usual grumpy but good-natured mood. He's genuinely unhappy. What the hell was his deal? Amazing. I'm gonna have to come back here again sometime during the week. You lizard people don't understand. You hardly ever need water. It always scares the hell out of me when you're down there so long. That long. I'm built for it. Remember when you used to give us rides? That was fun. Remember when you'd scream like a girl when Chase would go out too far? Oh wow, I remember that now. Hey, I never really liked water. Anyway, Chase would do it on purpose. He knew I didn't like it out to a certain point. Carl looks at me. You know what was really cool? Was when you would take us down for a dive. Oh yeah, Chase was like her own little submarine. I'm starting to get that otters are swimming clowns vibe again. Still kind of enjoy the attention. We get you to take us to the bottom so we could look for treasure. Liam makes air quotes around the last word. And you know, we probably would have found way more stuff if you guys hadn't been dragging me down. I remember when... Are we really talking about Are we really fucking talking about this? Everyone turns to look at Flynn. His voice is low and dangerous. There's a chill in the air because we all know what he means. I was actually feeling pretty good about it at this point. Like we crossed a bridge, being able to talk about it for once. Oh, shit. Apparently, we hadn't. Flynn. No, I'm serious. Do you think it's okay to fucking talk about this when the lake is just a quarter mile that way? You know what, Flynn? I think we should. Isn't that part of the reason why we're here? No, if that were the case, we'd be over there, but we're here. And why is that? Everyone's quiet for a moment. I see TJ shrink into his chair, staring hard at his lap. Flynn, we came here because Chase needed footage. A change comes over Flynn. His face darkens, and everyone sees it. Uh-oh. Flynn turns to me, and it takes some effort not to flinch back. Oops, shit. There it goes. Yeah, and why is that, Chase? You gonna put that in your fucking documentary? No, Lakeham is an important part of Echo's history. Just what? Flynn raises his brow ridge. Flynn raises his brow ridge at me. And finally, I just lower my eyes. This was a stupid fucking idea. You know what, Flynn? If you'd be a little more open, tell us what's on your mind. We'd be able to avoid it. We'd be able to avoid a lot of this kind of stuff. Oh, you want to know what's on my mind? Flynn swivels and marches up to Carl. Alright, let's start with you. You're fat, lazy, no motivation, no future. What the hell are... Bleh. Fuck, I can't read for shit. Sometimes I can get this out really, really well. Other times, I can't speak for shit. It's annoying. What the hell are you planning on doing with your life? Fuck. Sit here, waste away in Echo, mooching off your parents until you're dead. Carl stares back up at Flynn impassively, though he hunches in on himself a little bit further. Flynn, don't do this right now. And you, thinking you're better than everyone else? I can tell you think everyone in Echo is trash. Just because me and the others haven't left you... Just because me and the others haven't left, you think we're lower than you. Just because we don't have an education, we're a bunch of retards. I hate that. Flynn is just going on the deep end here. Fuck. Hang on. I feel like there's a bit missing here, but I don't know. Yeah, well, you left your whole fucking family behind without saying goodbye. You know what's even going on with them right now? What they're dealing with? Yeah, real fucking hero you are. You think I... Stop it, Flynn. Ah, our unquestionable leader. We wouldn't have been friends without you, would we? That's why you brought us here, right? So we could all bond? Or wait, is it because you wanted to get back in TJ's... Not TJ... Jesus! Not TJ! Back into Chase's pants? Leo's ears fall flat. Shit. Probably. You've been a mess ever since he left. So let me be the one to tell you. It's over. It's fucking unhealthy. You're obsessed with him. Slowly, his head turns to me, and I brace myself. And I can't imagine why you, Chase, would have the personality of a fucking rock. I wish you could see yourself. You just sit there like a creep, watching everyone else weighing everything that we say. I don't think I haven't caught the way you stare at all of us. Like we're all objects to be collected. What, are you just planning a cycle through all of us? With sex? Hell no. Sure seems like it. Flynn stops, then exhales. It seems like it's over. Really hope it is. That proves futile, though, as Flynn turns slowly on TJ. Hang on. Whoop. Did it? I think it did it. I'll have to check later. Here. I'll just go to quick save. Now it's quick save. Bam. Back. Okay. I had silently prayed that the Lynx would make a run for it, while Flynn had all of his attention focused on us, but TJ looks apathetic. Like a statue. There's no soul in him. Hang on, let me... Flynn pauses, though as if he's at a loss for what to say. Finally, what happened, TJ? Flynn. Leo stands up, and from his posture, I can tell that the wolf is ready to fight. Memories are starting to flow back. Blech. TJ. Flynn thinking you've done something to... I stand up as well. Flynn may sound like a hard ass, but physically Leo had him beat easily. Flynn can obviously tell that he might have a fight on his hands, though it's clear he doesn't want that. He drops his shoulders, seeming to shrink, as if invisible strings had been holding him up. Cut. He turns to us, then gestures at TJ. I just want to know... I just want the truth. Can we just stop... Can we just put a stop to this... Can we just put a stop to this today, right now? I don't think you know how much of a nightmare this has been for me. Not really knowing. TJ stares up at Flynn, muzzle set grimly. What happened to Sydney? He's dead quiet. It's dead quiet. TJ stares at his lap, not moving. Come on, let's... Flynn holds up a hand towards me, still staring at TJ. Slowly, TJ looks up, his face still stoic, still made of stone. I already told you what happened. Bullshit! Flynn steps forward, but Leo's there to grab the back of the back of Flynn's shirt and swing him around. Whoa, he glitched. I dodge out the way as Flynn is flung back to land on his ass, kicking up a big cloud of dust. Shit! Flynn, I swear to God, if you start a fight here, I'll drop your stupid ass. Everyone except TJ is standing now, staring at Flynn. Flynn sits there glaring up at Leo, obviously weighing his chances. He seems to come up short, though as he spits to the side... He seems to come up short, though, as he spits to the side and stands up, brushing off his pants as he turns away. We're all okay with not knowing. Fuck all of you. He turns around, hands in his pockets, a bitter look on his face. This whole thing was stupid, Leo. We're not even friends anymore. Flynn scuffs the ground before turning and walking towards the trail that goes back to Echo. God damn it, Flynn! Fuck off! Flynn keeps walking, and it's pretty clear that he isn't coming back. I raise a paw to rub over my eyes. What was he doing? He's a passionate guy that'll sometimes just explode with all his insecurities before running away and hiding for a few days. He skewered all of us like that before. That was classic Flynn. But he was a fuck, why can't I speak for shit right now? But he was especially mean, dark. In the part with TJ, I vaguely remember Flynn having some sort of suspicion, but that had been a long time ago. Had he been sitting on that this whole time? Ugh. I look to the left and see that TJ is gone. Excuse me. Carl's sitting down, but now it looks like he's pulling out a joint. Excuse me. Leo's walking off down another trail. I should grab a fucking tissue. Give me 1 second. I'm not cutting this out. I'm just gonna mute the part where I'm blowing my damn nose. I'm gonna stay off camera. Cutting things out is already hard enough as it is. Hello again. Let me step around so I can sit back down in the chair. Theo's walking off down another trail, cursing while Jenna follows him. I stand there, next to my chair, undecided. Alright, so... there. Okay. Is there a pause button? Or some shit? Okay, so, I have a quick save already, but how do I make a quick save? Fuck, I don't know how to do that. Back. Because there's no quick save option here. Q? I don't know. Back. Yes. Something happened. Previous. It says quick. These are quick saves. What the fuck? Font override, no, return. Okay, so. Okay, so F is for full screen. Q, now I know that. G, no. I know what H is. I don't know what the fucking quick save button is. I'm gonna have to look at that later. But for now, I'm just gonna do that and be done with it. Why is this intense ass music still going? Jesus. I already said I was doing the Jenna route, and I'm gonna continue with that notion. But I saved this in case I decide to go for any of the other routes. I don't know if I am, but, you know. I mean, because it's likely not, but it's better to have a save prepared if I do decide to do that. You never know. Hang on. I watched Jenna's tail disappear through the sagebrush. They're headed down the same trail. They're headed down the same trail that I had used to get to Lake Emma. TJ did seem to head off in that direction while we were fighting, though I can't imagine he'd go to the lake. I should go with him to help find the lynx. I'm also a little worried about Leo. It's been a long time since I've seen him that pissed. When I get there, I find Leo leaning back with his rear up against a big boulder on the shore. Bittersweet memories flood in. That rock is almost as much a staple of my childhood as the actual lake is. It's weird like that. Every memory I have of this place is dreamy and gold-tinged, but always has a hint of sadness about it, no matter what the situation was. Jen is standing in front of Leo, her arms folded as she talks to him. I can't see his face, but his posture is sagging, and his ears are down, looking way older than he actually is. I stand back for a while, feeling awkward about intervening at this point. Leo occasionally shakes his head, then takes out his phone to look at it. I can see Jen is getting annoyed, but then she says something, and Leo turns his head to look back at me. I seize up for a second, but Jenna's beckoning me with her paw while Leo's isn't looking. I start stumbling over the rocks towards them as Leo looks back down at his phone, and Jenna starts walking towards me. Just talk to him. He'll listen to you. This is actually the sub-choice, which actually allows you to choose which one, which I don't know why they decided to do it like this, because I actually did end up getting a little confused, because I forgot where I ended up choosing Leo's route for the first time I played the game, but now I know. But one thing they could have done was made it two different choices. One saying follow Jenna, then the other saying follow Leo. People would be confused by that, but you could clarify that that is like the choice right there. But I understand from a story standpoint this makes just a little more sense, but you get a little confused sometimes. Let's stay with Jenna. I look towards Leo, hunched forward, ears down, looking like an angry gargoyle perched on the ledge of a church. Hold on, Jenna. I turn back to face her. I look back over my shoulder at Leo, watching his ears flick toward us. I think Leo wants to be left alone. Jenna folds her arms and looks past me. You sure? I thought you could get him to calm down. I look at Jenna for a while, realizing that I'd just rather talk to someone more collected rather than a big angry wolf. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, alright. Should we head back then? Okay. That was a little weird. As we start disappearing into the sagebrush, I look back just in time to catch a glimpse of Leo looking over his shoulder. I looked back down at the ground, wondering if it would have been a good idea to at least tell him that I felt like he needed time alone. I noticed Jenna looking around, her huge ears perked up wide like sails. What are you looking for? TJ? If it was up to me, I'd be leaving TJ alone as well, but Jenna's always worried about him. Woo! I follow her through the brush in silence, unsure of what to say. Sorry. So why didn't you hang back with Leo? I move along with her for a while, thinking it over. I don't know. Well, he's in a bad mood. He's really only good for a fight, you know? I catch up and start walking alongside her since I was starting to taste the dirt being kicked up by her feet. Yeah, though it would have been a good idea to let him cool. Yeah, thought it would be a good idea to let him cool down for a bit. I sort of envy the way she's dressed right now. Right now. with her short shorts and tank top. Jeans don't exactly breathe well. Finally start to see our picnic again. Carl's still sitting in the lawn chair, his head hanging over the back and smoke wafting around him. Jenna stops and puts her paws on her hips, looking around. Where do you think he went? What? Sorry. Yeah, I knew I read wrong. Where do you think he went? There are many places he could have gone. Her eye seems to settle, and I follow her gaze to a clump of brush and trees next to the river. If TJ had anywhere to hide in the short amount of time that he did, that would really be the only place he would have gone. He would have done it. Without a word, Jenna starts in that direction. I tag along awkwardly, kind of feeling like I'm invisible to her right now. As soon as we break through the brush, we spot TJ. I watch as Jenna immediately goes to his side and sits down. TJ's ears perk up, but otherwise he doesn't look up. After a while, Jenna wraps an arm around TJ's shoulders. I see him bristle for a second, and Jenna says something to him that I don't quite catch. Finally, he leans in and hugs her, and I can hear him sniffling. I'm starting to feel like I'm intruding, and I start to back away, but Jenna sees me and jerks her head. Where are you going, Chase? Come here. TJ pulls back from Jenna and starts wiping at his eyes. Chase? Yeah. I feel like TJ would be embarrassed to have me around, and he probably is, but Jenna's pretty insistent, so I move forward to stand next to them. I was just telling TJ about the time we used to float the river on the old inner tube. I smile and sit down next to Jenna, stretching my legs out. Do you remember that, Chase? His voice is strained and a little crackly, but he seems to have things under control now. Do I? I always thought it was ridiculous to use one of those things when you could just float on your back. Sorry we're not all living floaties, Chase. We sit there for a while and now it isn't as awkward. Yeah, sorry, I'm having issues. I feel like if it was just me and TJ, things would be a lot more tense. Jenna has a way of making things feel natural and easy. It's like her confidence is a shield to all my weird, awkward stupidity. I hear TJ shift and sniffle as he wipes his face again. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean... Nope. You stop right there, TJ. He does stop. It's hard not to when she has a tone like that. Flynn's an absolute dick. Never let him affect how you feel about things. He's only thinking about himself and how he feels. Right, Chase? I feel like this is just a little bit unfair to Flynn. Yeah, he was pretty selfish, but he did care about other people. At least, I think he does. Even though he hardly ever admits to it. Probably best to agree with Jenna right now, though. Yeah, he's just not thinking straight right now. I think coming here might have been a bad idea. That really shouldn't matter. In fact, we probably should have gone to the lake. What happened happened, and there's not much we can do about it. Letting it absolutely rule our lives like this, to the point of preventing us from getting anywhere, preventing us from going where we want to go, that's pretty messed up. We all went through it. It was awful. But we stayed friends, and here we are. Maybe we should celebrate that instead of accusing each other of bullshit. Yeah. Of course, what Flynn had been saying wasn't complete bullshit. None of us really knew what to say, knew exactly what happened, except TJ. I didn't have any real reason to come back here. And if I had the same mindset as Flynn, I never would have. TJ glances over at Jenna. How are things with you and my family? Same as it's been for the past 5 years. I don't know. Maybe you could try. Jenna sighs deeply. Sorry, I didn't mean. No, bleh. No, TJ, it's fine. It's just. She seems to be thinking hard about what she's gonna say. Man, the things that Jenna could say about her family. I have too many bad memories about that. That family is completely broken. Like, there's no fixing it. Going back there would just mean trouble. I've learned my lesson. With Adam and Dad gone, it's just my mom and Jeremy now. Anyway, with Adam and Dad gone, it's just my mom and Jeremy now. Anyway, not much of a family to go back to. Has your dad not... Has anyone seen him since... As far as I know, no. But I wouldn't really care if he is back. Excuse me. And if he is really missing, well, Mom never filed a missing persons report, so I guess it wouldn't matter. I'm sorry. Why? You're not the one that messed it all up. TJ looks away, his ears down. Jenna sighs and puts an arm back around TJ's shoulders. And here I am bringing everyone down with the point, when the point was to make you feel better. Chase, remind us of something happy. I jump, then scramble after being put on the spot. Remember when we called it Yeehaw River? I remember when you called it Yeehaw River, Chase. You had a bit of a speech implemented back then. Uh, yeah. I remember that. It was kind of cute. It's quiet for a moment, then Jenna gives TJ a little nudge. So, how's school going, TJ? It's not bad. I got accepted into the athletic training program, which is really cool because they're really selective. I think I'm one of 20 that they chose. Wow, that's fantastic, TJ. TJ smiles, though he's still looking at his feet. Thanks. Hey, but you got into Weston. I did. I furrow my brow at that. Hey, come on. Weston is like the stereotypical best school in the country. She looks over at me and smiles. It's great, I know. Just a lot of stress. Sometimes I'd like to get a break. That was a little surprising to hear from Jenna. Usually she's so energized and had a get her done attitude about most and almost anything. That's why I assume she got into Weston in the first place. Maybe you should take a break then. It's kind of up to you, isn't it? Just because I want to doesn't mean I need it. Hey Tej, weren't you wanting to go hiking while we were here? Yeah, I know things are a bit bad right now, but it could be fun to go. Of course, TJ. I was planning to go with you anyways. Oh, cool. At that point, all of TJ's gloomy demeanor disappears. His tail quirked up. His tail quirked and his ears raised up. Jenna looks sideways at me meaningfully. Yep, definitely didn't want to do that. I'm not even doing anything, and already I'm sweating buckets and looking at the shiny water longingly. I would have jumped in the water by now if TJ wasn't here. For some reason that would have seemed inappropriate. Right then, I feel something press down hard on my paw, which is splayed out behind me. Looking over, I see that Jenna has her paw on mine, leaning on it. Oh, yeah, definitely, I'm going. Yes! TJ lifts her paw off mine, and I gulp. It didn't really hurt, but something about her suddenly touching me like that, it settled in. We should probably get back. We want to get a lot of rest before the hike tomorrow. Tuesday. Cool. Back. Hit the save. I got these two saved. And if I go to the one, hit that. Yes, okay. Now that I got that saved, I know I'll lose all my unsaved progress, but I saved. Okay, so best I can do. But I'm gonna cut that off right there, because that's a pretty good length for a video. I'm gonna try and do more stuff like this gently, you know, because like it's not I'm not gonna post every single day because you know that's gonna be really hard to do. But I'm gonna try and do as much. I'll do as many videos as I can without it bogging me down. But if you like this one, you know what to do. And just don't forget the bell if you do end up subscribing, because you don't get notified if you don't, and I find that really, really stupid. But, see ya.